Well, today just might be the day. I got the tuner, I got the coolant. Now add two bottles of water with that. I got the oil for run through because I'm not gonna keep that in the car. The intake and a little special surprise sitting over there. Battery's been fully charged. So let's get to it. Really what I have left is the oil filter, the serpentine belt, put dipstick in, put the intake plenum on, put on the new intake, plug up the battery, let it prime, and then see if she runs without a hiccup. I'm gonna set y'all up. I'm gonna get straight to it because I guess now I'm starting to get excited. So let's just get straight to it then. Guys, she's full of oil, she's getting coolant, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm scared as all fuck. I don't know what's about to happen. I don't know if it's gonna start. I'm hoping it does, because that would be nice, and I hope it runs smoothly. You might be asking yourself, why wouldn't it run smoothly? I don't know. Shit happens, right? So, let's see. I think I left the battery off. Yeah. Oh, I'm so scared. Bro, I'm fucking shaking right now. Well, it runs. It runs. Yo, if you could, I don't know if you can see my heartbeat, but yo. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It runs. It runs. Alright, let me take a second, calm down. I'm gonna start it back up and let it run. Thank you, Jesus.
What happened to your muffler?
Huh?
What happened to your muffler?
Oh, it's long tube headers. There's no, the exhaust isn't hooked up just yet. I had to make sure it was gonna run first.
Wow, what do you got? What did you put on it?
It's got a bigger cam in it, long tube headers. Well, that's not connected to the rest of the exhaust. Pistons, heads have been redone. Intake, new intake, I haven't put that on yet. But I just had to make sure it was running.
Just make sure you don't wrap that thing around trees.
Oh no, oh no. Everything I do is gonna be on the track. If it ain't one thing, it's a fucking another. That there, my friends, is gas. Why is gas on the floor? Well, this injector here decided to leak all the fuel coming through the fuel rail because of that. For what reason does that look like that? And it didn't look like that before. I have no freaking idea. Looked through all my stuff yet again. Oh, and I gotta wear that hoodie because I got the big old oil stain on it. But I found all my old my old new gaskets, and there's gaskets in there, as you can see, that match that one, and I replaced it. But what I'm going to do is start starting it up again. I'm going to put on the intake. I'm going to plug up the exhaust, and that's how I'm going to do it, instead of just letting it be that loud, because I can't hear if something's wrong in the engine or if there's any screeching or anything like that. So let me replace this and try to get this settled once again. Well, I got the exhaust connected. I don't know if you can see that, but hopefully you can. Opening up the intake right now. I haven't seen it myself yet. I literally just cut the stuff off. So nice. Please make sure to peel off the white color protection wrap and install the rubber trim around the edge before installing a stainless steel cover. Okay. Got some goodies here. Got the filter. Piping, adhesive. Some good construction there. Some really, really good construction there. Let's put that there. it's been a few hours now since the last clip, and I put the push rod in, and it wouldn't fire, and then it fired. It ran. I cut it off. Turned it off, started up again, fired. Turned it off, started up again. Wouldn't fire. Cranked, then turned over. Every single bolt in this engine has been torqued. I don't know, because now I did a compression test because I thought I wasn't getting any compression because it just kept turning over as if I had no compression, and then it started turning over. Now it's making this weird ass rod knock sound, and I have no idea why it's doing that. Fuck it, I'm taking the head back off. Okay, so I got the head off. The pistons, they're perfectly fine, so I didn't drop a seat. There's no abnormal scoring or scratching in the cylinder, so that's good. The reason, the real reason I took the cylinder heads off is because when it was running funny, I tried to do a compression test, and if you can see that is stuck inside the spark plug hole, and I couldn't get it out from the top. I kept trying and kept trying and kept trying and kept trying, and just it wouldn't work. It depressed me so much that I came here to work on and sat down and actually fell asleep. That's the crazy part. So another thing I noticed is these head bolts are dry. Well, 1, 2 of them are actually wet. The head bolts are supposed to be covered in oil. Well, yeah, because they're in the oil spot. The oil comes up to them to keep them cool so they don't burn out, so to speak. But only 2 of them are wet. The rest of them are dry, so I'm not really sure what that's about. The cylinders look fine though. There's nothing abnormal about them, at all. It's really not. I mean, it didn't even get to 180 degrees for the thermostat to open, so no coolant was even able to flow through the thermostat. I tried to open the radiator pan down there is completely dry. I still don't know what that bottom end noise was, and I might have to pull the pan. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that today, because in order for me to do that, I'd have to lift the engine, and I don't have a hoist, and especially as far back as I need to go, which is probably going to be number 7, because that's about where I heard it, between 5 and 7. So I'm going to have to go back in and take a look at those, see if they've moved around or there's any metal shavings. There's nothing in the oil either. The oil is fine. I mean, it's a little dirty because, of course, it had to run through everything. But there's no metal shavings. There was no clunks of anything. It was fine. But I still had to take the head off because of that regardless. So I really need to get back under there and see what it is that bottom end noise was, because that was not pretty. I should have put the camera down there so you guys could hear it, but it was just, I was too in awe in order to even pick up the camera, because I was so focused on trying to figure it out. So that's where I'm at with this. Alright, well, I got it out. I know I probably should have showed you all, but it's very, 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 very simple. The hole on the bottom of this here compression reader is a circle. All I did was took a bit that's like a hex. I put it into, I tried to use an Allen key, but I couldn't keep it straight, so I used my adaptive screwdriver, put the bit into there, and pretty much it sat like that. Sat like this. I put the screwdriver on top, used the 3-pound, you can use a regular hammer or a rubber mallet, it doesn't matter, and I just knocked it in there until it got tight, and I screwed it backwards, not reverse, because you're looking at it from the bottom of it, so you technically have to tighten it for it to come out. These don't screw all the way down into the bottom of the spark plug well. As you can see, well, if you can see, if the camera allows you, which it probably won't, but the technically the bottom of the spark plug well
is let's say it's white. And if you look a little further down, you can see it's gray. That's about as far as this even goes. Like, it doesn't go all the way to the bottom. And they're designed that way so, you don't hit the piston. But I still don't understand why it got stuck, because there's no cross threading here at all. There's no nothing going on. Holy shiz, bro. Like, I hate this Focus so much. Jeez. Anyway, I mean, technically speaking, given the fact that the car never got up to temperature, yes, it ran compression, but the heads were torqued down. I can still reuse those bolts, but I also have other bolts over there in that shiny glimpse that you see right about there. That's a silver pan full of actual bolts, because I've always had extras. So I can technically put this back together today, but let's say that cylinder 5 or cylinder 7, 1 or 3 has a rod knock. It wouldn't benefit me to put the head back on and then I have to take it off to get back to the pistons and knock it out. So I'm gonna see what dude, I really don't want to take this pan off. I RTV'd it perfectly. There's not a leak going on down there, man. It's just, why me? Alright, well, after going to the triage for depression, stress, anxiety, and everything else that goes on in that world, okay, no, I really didn't, but you get my point. I got a call saying that I'm leaving for work tomorrow and I won't be back for a while. So with that being said, I went ahead and I put the car back together because I can't leave it in parts like that, especially with it being cold, raining, snowing. I don't want any rust to come back into the engine. That would be terrible. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is, if I start this up again and it sounds like shit, I'm gonna just let it keep running. And once I go to work, I'm gonna just save up for a new everything. See, the only thing that's not new in this block, that's not part of the internal. So what's not new to me, what's not new to me, that's better. What's not new to me What's not new to me on this engine is the intake plenum, the heads, the valve covers, the rocker arms, the push rods, and the headers. That's about it. That's everything else is new to me. So if it don't work, I'm gonna save up and I'm just getting another one. Because like I told myself a long time ago, in hindsight, had I known all of this was going to happen, I would have just bought another engine. And I'm not going to meticulously break down this engine after I spent all of that time and money to get it running. I'm just gonna buy another one, and I'll probably break it down afterwards to see what went wrong, fix it, and then sell it to somebody else fixed, not in a shitty, situation or condition. But I'm about to start it. I'm gonna let y'all hear the sound because it sounds like shit. It does. It really does. I mean, everything was torqued. Everything's brand new. All bolts are good. Everything's brand new. So I don't understand why it's making this sound, but it is. So let's start it. Yep. Completely back together. There's nothing disconnected. So I put the oil back in it. I put the coolant's still in it. Let's connect this battery. Oh no, the trunk's gonna follow me. Here we go. go. Nope. Not here we go, because, well, there's no keys. Hey. Do-do-do-do-do. You hear that? That sounds like a fucking rod knock. And for what reason it's knocking, I have no idea. Sounds like shit, you know? Crazy thing is, it fires off every time. Every single time. Let's see. I got any leaks down here? Got that because the oil was on the headers, which is why I was smoking like that. Because I poured the oil in, and then of course I spilled like maybe a pint of it on the headers. But there's no leaks. No leaks. Let's fire it up again. Fire it up again. It's starting to get cold. Well, not cold, but it's starting to get colder from earlier. So I'm about to call it a day, especially since I got to be up at like, I don't even know what time tomorrow. Woo! Listen to that cam though. Exhaust smells like gas, so that smell like coolant or anything like that, which is a good thing.
What's going on, baby? What's going on? Is it the battery? It might be the battery. Oh, the trunk don't help. I always forget about the trunk. Alright. Come on, baby, work with me. Yeah, it was a battery. That's what it was. Back up. Alright, so the squeaking you hear, that's the exhaust on the right hand side. I think it might be like a bolt or something that's causing it to squeak, because I went right next to the exhaust and that's what that is. I'll look at that later, so don't stress yourselves about that or think I should be stressed about it. I was, trust me, but that's nothing. Right now, it's running, sounding a lot quieter. So I figured if it's gonna blow, I'd rather it blow before I leave than blow when I come back. You know, that'd be sucky to come back to blowing up engine after you come back from work after not even being in the area. Yeah, I'm not doing that. But I'm letting it run, letting everything warm up, get the temp. Hopefully nothing snaps when it gets to temp. I am monitoring the coolant as well to see if the thermostat opens, which it should be getting there just about pretty soon. Once it gets up to temp, I'll cut it off, let it sit, let the bubbles form out of it, fill it up with more coolant, and keep moving. It's at 217. That joint was at 239 earlier, but that was before all the suctioning that I didn't record because I was so freaking amazed at what was going on. And there goes the battery. Up. Look how far that went down. Holy crap. This is what happens when you have a completely empty block, completely empty radiator. I mean, the cooler system is completely empty. Well, it was anyway, but I'm taking care of it. this will be her first real cold start. This is just so I can try to figure out that that exhaust squealing. That's all. Not driving it. Not doing anything. Last night after I moved the car, this was on the ground. So let me see if that helps the squeaking. That's the first time I've ever seen that, heard that, and this is the first time this has ever been out on my running car. And they just had a commercial about spiders, and there's a spider crawling on my car. Can you see him right there? You gotta go, buddy. Have a good day. So I did something different. I took the tune that Brent gave me and I raised the idle a little bit, because I noticed something is that when the RPMs go up, the sounds go away. But that does not mean that the issue is not there. It just means that at those lower RPMs, there is something going on. Let me show you what I mean. It's already been raised. Run out the window for you. This can be shaking stuff too, watch. Wait. Look. That's from the idle at 800, and if I put it in drive, it'll be from my idle at, it should be 800 as well, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Yeah, see? The idle at 800 is trying to push me out the garage right now. I'm holding my foot on the brake. So I'm gonna leave it at that idle, and I'm gonna talk to Brent and see if he can do anything about it.